Hello, everyone.
Oh my God, and welcome to the Ladies Tale podcast. Hey, it's Jade.
It is Jade. You know, I'm trying to be back to be the co-host because I don't want y'all to be like, this Jade, she a ghost.
Well,
I mean, I should be a ghost with this bad hair today. Girl, it's bad, all right, but hey, I made it to the studio on time. It don't matter.
please understand that she's like with her bad hair. When Jade walked into the studio today, she looked at me and she said, "Oh, do something with the front of that." Oh my God. Like, and she just took the belt off her dress and was like, "Put that on there." Lord. I don't know what she talking about.
Oh.
She has bangs. It looks cute. She was like,
No, I don't. Like, don't even. I have given this hair over.
To who?
I don't know, but I have given it over.
Apparently to the spirit realm when she just returned from.
Yo, I just gave it over. I gave it over. Anyway, and I'm Jade. Yeah.
So I introduced you already. You don't need to. When the narcissist introduce you, it is done.
We wrote books, yo.
Oh, right.
We have sense sometimes, but we leave it on the written page. We don't bring it into real life. That's lies.
God, can you imagine if we were actually intelligent?
Can you imagine if we were so serious? Like, hello, my name is Jade. People would be like, oh my goodness, what's wrong with Jade? Okay, anyway. So we wrote the And I Thought series. And I thought divorce was bad with other life lessons. And I thought being grown up was easy. If only I were me. Widow's Web. And
Stat and Foreign Coffee.
Foreign Coffee, all available where you get your audiobooks. And or, where you request it from the library. Just saying. Yeah. Just saying.
Side hint. More library buys.
All right, but you can find out everything we're doing on www.andithoughladies.com. But y'all not here to hear about me talk about my bad hair or Winona.
Dang it, because I was about to say, you're here to hear about me, but you're here to hear about our wonderful guest. Wonderful guest, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, so my name is Larose Washington. I am a theatrical and film producer who is embarking on doing my first play that I changed from a screenplay to a stage play, and so that's coming up in the next couple weeks. So yeah.
Okay, where am I going?
Is it in Chicago?
It is in Chicago. Yeah.
Oh, also, we're renting a car.
I'm gonna need you to invite me so then I can take it off on taxes when I eat all this food.
Okay, I'm okay with it. Here's the thing. I literally make a list when people come visit me of like, here are the top 10 places you need to go. Because if you Google like best places in Chicago, you're gonna get the touristy stuff, but you need like the local stuff.
Okay.
That's where it's at.
So we have discussed to Chicago, and I warned her beforehand. I warned her if she mentions food, I'm down the rabbit hole. Yeah, I was about to forget the word rabbit and just hit down the hole, and then I was like,
no, that doesn't. No, that's
different context.
Yeah,
different context. So we're talking down the rabbit hole. We go for the
food. Okay. Have not had good. I had good soul food one time. Never been able to find it again. So far, best breakfast I've had is in Naperville. Do we have a better breakfast actually in Chicago?
Batter and Berries. It is in Lincoln Park. And it is my favorite. It is my favorite. It's also Black owned, so great. And it's fantastic. It is by far my favorite breakfast place in the country. So
do they have mimosas?
It does. Well, okay, it's everything in Chicago is BYOB. So they have the orange juice, but you gotta bring your own champagne.
We can arrange that.
I mean, I'm a writer. I could definitely arrange that. So, okay, we're not going to go down the rabbit hole too much because we need to talk about
One more thing.
Okay, one more thing.
Hot dogs.
Yes.
Okay, so I always get mine just kind of off the street. Like a kind of vendor. Is this the true way to do this?
Yes. Yeah. You gotta go to if you are questioning some of the naming of it, you're probably at the right place. So Budaki's is a really big one. Okay. Junior Red Hots, and they all these little hot dog stands all over Chicago. So that's the best way to get a hot dog. Don't go anywhere fancy. If it's fancy, it's not good.
Chicago is the only place we go and all we do is eat for 8 hours. Literally 8 hours.
Because you literally can. Because even the popcorn is good. That's stupid. Oh, why is the popcorn good? I mean, I love popcorn, don't get me wrong. But I mean, it's a there. I can't. Okay, back to
your actual production.
Your actual production. Because you said that you went from a screenplay to an actual play.
Mm-hmm.
But what I have gathered from my friends that are screenwriters and my friends that are playwrights, it's like a completely different world. It's like I went from a short story to maybe like a full length, like 2,500 word. What I don't know, like a really big novel.
Wow, she writes for a living, y'all.
I write, yeah, yeah.
How is it different?
Sorry, how is it? Oh, it's okay. So it's very different. So I like started as a theater person. So I went to college for theater. That is like what I did. And then, as I was like getting out of college, I started writing for like a sketch comedy troupe. And so, for them, we were like, oh, we want to do stuff live and we want to do stuff, like filmed. So that's kind of where I started honing that like skill between like theater versus film. Film is very visual. It's all about like, oh, can you write that like that sunset? What does it look like? And stage is all words. Like, what words are you saying that are going to get across to the audience? So yeah, so it was a very big task moving from a screenplay where like most of it is like half the page is visuals and the other half is like, okay, now I have to like say things because I can't just be like, oh, grab cup, do thing, blah, blah, blah. The audience will have no idea what I'm talking about unless unless it's written on the page or someone says, hey, can you pass me that cup? So yeah, so that's kind of the transition between those two.
I love it. So it's literally like writing a novel. So
Yeah.
and then writing a screenplay.
Yeah,
Which I like doing a lot more because you know what
Is
I
it?
hate doing? Writing a ton of dialogue.
Not
Okay.
like a ton of like background.
Yeah, oh God.
Because if you can make it a little dialogue heavy, it'll be okay.
Yeah. But anyway, so directions are also different, right?
Yeah,
Like
direction is
stage
also
right,
different.
stage left, center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, general movement of people, typically in theater, you have way less spaces. I was way too ambitious, and so we have like 10 to 12 different scene transitions. So my cast does not like me right now, but it's gonna look so pretty. Because the transitions are gonna be so smooth and like all like lit beautifully. It's gonna be great. But yeah, so the biggest thing is like also theater will go, oh, hey, you have one living room, do everything here, versus film, you have like the world if your budget allows it. So yeah, that's the biggest thing. So I know like for me, another big change was I had so many like one-liner characters who were popping in or doing these things. Nope, I had to cut that way down too. So it's a lot of like condensing down to like the bare bones that you need to still effectively tell the story. So that was another big change between those two.
When you cut them down, did you add them into like one of the main characters or something like that?
Yeah, so I know like there's this one character that's in the screenplay named Monty. That character, shoot, completely gone. All of his stuff to another character that I had already had who had a like stronger arc. And so then I kind of worked it into her arc instead. It didn't go to the main character, but it went to another person in the play who was like part of the pivotal like 6 people who were like pushing through this story.
Did you find that it developed the character more, or did you feel like she was a little too meaty right there? Like,
honestly, I felt like it developed the character more. Me personally, I honestly think it changed a lot of the relationships between the main character and like who was her ex-best friend at that time. Like, so it actually ended up working out really, really well that chunk got moved to her because it ended up giving their relationship more depth to it than what was in the original screenplay.
And how did you do that? Because there are so many authors that ask us, right? Like, well, I want to do a play or I want to do a screenplay, but they have like a 600-page novel and they want the page to be 300. You can't have 300. Like,
you cannot.
This is not a Marvel movie.
You have to push.
Yeah, like
so
that's a lot of pages.
right. So what is one of those things that when you knew you had to cut Monty and put him in another character, like how did you make that decision? Then how did you integrate them?
Yeah, I honestly think I made that decision by going, out of these two characters, if I have to, and like me and my friends always say, cut your darlings, which are like the things that you really want to hold on to. And Monty was one of those for me. But at the end of the day, I went, okay, what serves the story more? Is it this one person or is it this other person? And then from that, I was like, okay, cool, he's got to go. And then from like how I changed it, because Monty was a very, very different character from Jasmine, who got all of the chunk of stuff. Is I then had to go, okay, cool. I know how Monty like would deliver this. If I'm trying to get the same message across, how would Jasmine say it? So that you just kind of had to change it into the character voice of the person that it was going to, rather than like just smacking those lines into her, because that would have been very weird and she would have been an inconsistent character if she got half of his stuff. So
okay, so now we gotta have production questions.
Yes.
do it.
How did you get into producing screenplays and or theater?
Yeah. So I mentioned I started in theater. It was one of my friends in college was like, hey, you want to produce this thing? And I was like, I don't know what that is. And he was like, okay, do it anyways. I was like, okay. So I had gotten into theater first. So I was doing theater up until COVID. So I was producing a bunch of plays there. And then COVID hit, theater world went very, very away. But film didn't, so I needed money. So I switched to film. um, and that's how I got into that. And I actually work for a food and beverage company. So we specialize in food and beverage. So that's what I do for like my day job for film. So then I kind of got into like the commercial side of things. And then in my spare time of just like doing like little short sketches for my sketch comedy troupe, I was like, okay, cool, yeah, I'm gonna get more into like screenplays and narrative. So that's kind of how that came about. I'm the type of person who's like, someone's like, do you want to do this thing? And I'm like, yeah, sure, kind of going blindly. But so that's how I kind of got into both of those things.
But
We understand that.
Someone explained how someone explained how we do things, how the two of us do things. They were like, so what did these ladies do? And have they done this before? And they're like, oh, so what they do is they jump into the deep end of the pool and then they figure out how to swim.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I'm very much so that person.
We said, sure, give it a shot. Why not?
Yeah. I think the thing is, like, y'all might know though. I feel like sometimes I go, oh yeah, jump in. I have no idea it's the deep end. And it's like, oh shit. All right. Oh, sorry. I can't curse.
No, I was like, but you're like, oh, stuff and nonsense. This is the deep end.
I was like, oh, I didn't realize that. But
it looked like
swim anyways.
Pool.
It looked like away. I thought it was just this big. Oh no, it's not. It's so huge.
Yeah.
And then that's fun because you get to dissect problems, like big problems. You're like, I got to make them down to my level now. And then we'll take the next piece. And that's how you literally end up treading water. And the next thing you know, you're swimming and you're like, hey, I'm good at this now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
or it's like, okay, or in time to get out the pool. One of the two.
Right? And yep. And then but sometimes you're like, who knew I was gonna be half decent? Okay.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that's how you got into producing. I love that, by the way.
Yeah. That is
how we would do it too. Definitely. Like, do you want? Yeah, sure. Oh shoot.
Yeah, because I also feel like producing is one of those things that like I say like we're like the magicians. No one really knows what we do, but we do like so much. So I feel like anytime someone's like, oh, let me introduce producing to someone, they're like, ha ha ha, let me introduce you to this like secret society. So.
Oh my goodness. So we've interviewed quite a few producers. And yeah, I don't ever want y'all's job. It's like event planning that people can actually see.
Yes. Yes, it is.
For everyone.
Yeah.
Indeed.
That's not cool.
I love it. I love it a lot. I mainly love it because like I get to feel like a magician in a weird way, in that it's like, oh, like I did this thing and now it's here and you can experience it and you can love it. And I also think because there are so many people who don't like doing it, I'm like, oh wait, but I love organizing people. That's like one of my favorite things to do. So it's exciting to be able to like honestly like bring people's visions to life. That's kind of what
Wow.
I love the
That's
most about.
gonna be so amazing.
Also, I do have another question. How do you keep everyone on budget? Because producing is part of the budget.
Yes. Honest answer, wiggle room. So to keep people on budget, you go under budget with their budget. Because like, so you just have to keep
Makes
track
sense.
and make sure that like you're like, oh, especially if you've worked with them before, you're like, oh, this person has a tendency of going over, or this person has a tendency of going under, and you kind of like literally try to balance the budget from that. So yeah,
Makes
that's
sense.
yeah.
Makes sense.
That
Doesn't it?
makes sense. Okay, so I can never do this job because I would start off with
We're under budget, Bob.
we're under budget. I don't understand what we need a camera for.
We don't need that.
Apple
Oh,
made an
no.
iPhone. It's very good. I don't understand. We'll start from there.
Well,
Okay.
And you said 3 people? Put some wigs on this person. Make them play.
Oh my God.
now I do that's real though. Well, no, we'll keep you under budget if you want to or not.
Yes, that'll do it. But
So
also, if you have it, use it.
Oh my god. So my next to the last
Yeah,
question. Because we do have to ask her what the name of her
yeah,
play
yeah,
is.
absolutely. So that's one
That
of
is
them.
true.
Your name of your play. Please
Yeah,
tell us.
yes. And then you said that you did shoots and commercials and you worked as a producer. And all I want to know about are craft tables.
Okay.
It's crafty good. I heard the best crafties in the business are commercials.
The best craft. Okay. So, 2 caveats. 1, the best crafty is commercials. 2, I also work in food and beverage. Like that is so we like typically do shoots for companies that do food. Our crafty tables are amazing. Mainly because like our clients expect our crafty tables to be amazing. They're like, oh, like we're like the Starbucks of the world. You have to like have good food. So our crafty tables are amazing. So I feel
coming to visit.
So yeah. friend, if you didn't even know. Friend. What's going on?
And it's like I said, that's so creepy. Like, hi, friend.
Hello, friend.
Wait till I get to crafty.
Yeah, just truly come in for the crafty, like, hi, Larose, walk out. It's like,
Pretty much. Yeah, no, I'm joking. No, I'm gonna at least say how you doing. I mean, that's just rude.
I don't want you to lose your job though.
You can
because
tell
I can't
me-
come to the next one.
You can
so-
tell me as
That
I
is
put
true.
in my boxes that I bought with me from the takeout place.
oh my Lord.
Okay, so also we need to know the name of your play and how people can get tickets.
Yes. Okay. So the play is called Within a Shadow. And tickets are found at the Den Theater in Chicago. So that's where that's at. And then it is going on from September 5th to October 13th. So that's very exciting for us. And then like for the people who don't live in Chicago, we are filming the play. So then a live, like filmed version of it will also get released online.
When are we filming? I mean, when are you filming?
Oh, so what am I am filming midway through the run in September.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I knew when I needed to show up. So when are we filming would be
When are we
Yes, you
filming?
know, is the real question.
And where can people find out more about you, follow you, if you up, all the things?
Yeah. So for the play specifically, that's those words. They can follow at Within a Shadow on Instagram, TikTok, and then Lex the Movie is the name of the production company. So they can find that on Facebook. If you want to know more about me, I am www.larosewashington.com. So that's everything that I'm doing. Along with my Instagram handle is at larose05.
Oh,
I love
I am so
that.
jelly.
Thank you so much.
The name Larose.
I know, right? And when she said it, I was like, oh, the rose, this is amazing.
We should wrap up.
Yeah, we should. So you can find out everything your ladies are doing on www.andthoughtladies.com. And while you're there, take a moment, go to the middle of the page and see the charities that we probably support. Hopefully you can support them also. We thank you in advance for that. And just remember, y'all, wisdom is all around you. Oh, wait. Thank my guest for coming on. Just remember, y'all, wisdom is all around you.
You're open to finding it and accepting it. Peace and love, you guys, from Winona
And Jade. Bye-bye. Oh, yeah. Thanks for listening.